So one of the new features in beta 0.5.0 is the ability to easily pass variables from one script to another. To illustrate this, I will hit edit and then do a new top level process. I'll just call it test. And then now that I have a new process, I can edit its data and its code. So then I'll do a new Python code. I'll call this start. I'll call this run. And I'll call this finish. So the naming doesn't matter. I'm just using these to illustrate that a value can be passed easily from one script to another. So to easily pass values from one script to another, I've added a new built-in to the code in Vetala, and it's called put. So if you do put.value, or sorry, I'll do put.test equals start. And then if I do print put dot test, notice that when I hit dot, it gives me auto completion, which is nice. And then I can do something else like put dot. Let's use something maybe more common. So like joint arm equals joint arm joint. So here I'm just doing a test variable. Here I'm initializing a variable that could maybe be used in a rig. And so I'll print put dot joint arm. So you can see now the auto completion is showing me at the start joint arm and test. And I can choose joint arm. And because I'm in Maya 2022, I need to use round brackets. So I'll just use round brackets there. And so then in the run, what I'll do is I'll change some things. So like put.test equals run. And then I will print put.test. And then in the last script, what I'll do is I will run put.test equals finish. And then I will print put.test. And then just to show that without changing anything, I can still pass it from one script to another, I'll just print joint arm again. Put joint arm. So now I have three scripts. The first one is doing put.test. It's setting it to start. And then it's doing put.joint arm to arm joint. And then it's printing both of those. And then it's doing put.test run, print put.test. So here I'm changing put.test to equal a string of run. And here it's a string of finish, and I'm printing it. And then I'm printing the arm joint. So now if I run this, and I'll get my script editor open, I'll put it maybe in between these two. Okay, so now if I run process, continue, it's going to go through start, run, and finish. So what it's done is it's access put.test and it's printed start. It's access put.joint arm and it is arm joint. Here it's accessed put.test, and in run.py we change put.test to equal run, and then when we print it out, it's run. And then here I've accessed put.test and I've assigned it finish. So when we print out put.test, it says finish. And then the variable up here that we created called put.joinArm at the very end in finish is still printing out properly. So it is arm joint still. So this is basically just illustrating that very easily now you can create these put statements and pass variables from one script to another. And I should note too that one of the features of these codes, of these scripts in Vetala, is you can use show. And like right now, without running this, if I go to my last log for this one, it says it accessed put.test and put.joinArm, but it didn't print it. But so if you use show instead of print, it will show up in the log. So if I go to run, and I do show put.test instead of print. And again, if I go to run show last log, it didn't print it here. So now after I change it to show and I run this again, it'll show up in the log. And so I'll do this as well. I'll change these prints to show. And now if I process this and I go to each of their logs, so show last log, now it's printing start and arm joint because I've done this show statement. If I go to run, show last log, it's print run, and it's in the log, and show last log, there's finish and arm joint. So, and then it also shows up as here, but it shows up nicely tabbed within the script. So using show can be a nice way to kind of format your scripts to work with Vetala script output, and also to work with Vetala's logs. Thank you for watching. That's it for this video.